Mike, if you don't mind, I'll just read off the agenda and then you can do it. How's that?
Sure.
Hey, just here.
Yeah, because I really can't see it.
All right, so let's do a roll call for the commissioners. Tina, can you read them off?
Yep. Karen Kravitz,
Here.
Mike Horton,
Here.
Mike Dufresne,
Here.
and Bruce Mendel.
Here.
Oh, okay. And then Elia's not here, so that's the commissioners.
Okay. Joe, you're here, correct?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sorry, Joe. Chris
Oh.
Bonner, you're here.
Yes, I'm here.
Nate Case, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Susan Jacobs, are you here? No? Okay.
Nope. All right, so we'll start the meeting. Any public comments? You guys don't mind if I do this, right?
No.
Okay. Any public comments? None. Moving on. Liaison comments. Joe.
Nope. You're doing a great job. Keep up the good work.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you. Chairman's report. He's not here. Mike, you have anything to add?
No.
Okay. COVID-19 update. So COVID-19 update, it has slowed down, which is a good thing. We're still getting some people that are coming back testing positive. I believe we had, I think, four last week. We haven't had it in a few days, so that's good. Everybody's heard the governor is going to open up the phase 2 June 17th. There are conference calls about all this. It is still out there, still serious, but they are moving forward to opening things up. We're still using PPE on every single call we go on. And if we go to any of the hot spots right now, like the nursing homes, or comes back COVID positive for the home, we would gear up in full Tyvek suits with all PPE and still be on air at this point. It is important to note, come tomorrow night, it's going to be the first time since sometime mid-March, the entire department, we're going to put back together tomorrow night to do a truck crew. We're going to space obviously 6 feet apart, but guys really need to get their hands back on the equipment and go through it, make sure everything's in perfect working order. We've been doing that throughout, but we've been doing it in stages with different people. So tomorrow's going to be a big step for us where everybody's going to be back together under one building, but just being careful about everything. Our fogger has not come in yet, so I'm hopeful to see that hopefully in the next few weeks. And we're continuing to purchase PPE because we are going through it on calls, between rubber gloves, masks, and everything else. This is going to be a long-term deal. This isn't going to end. And we're probably going to see possibly another spike in the fall where it's going to be hopefully not as bad this spring, but we just don't know about it yet. So all we can do is stay stocked up and hope for the best and be ready for the worst. Any questions on COVID-19? I think just to put it in perspective, we had roughly 30 fatalities in Woodbridge so far, and over 100 people test positive. So that's where we are. During this whole thing, we've been in constant contact with the police department. I've been in contact with the chief, and we've been working well together on this whole thing. So that's an important note.
That's good. Good to hear.
Okay. current financial status, if you guys give me a minute. Do you guys have any questions on COVID-19? None. Actually, can I jump out of order for a minute? I don't want to do financial statements now. I want to show you guys something. It's under my report under engine 3, and then we can go back to financial status. So
Sure.
are you guys okay with that?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. So just bear with me 1 second. Hang on 1 second. Okay, can you guys see that?
Yep.
So this is our new truck, engine 3. It's down at the factory, down at E1. Hopefully within the next month, it should be coming up here. We have to figure out how to accept it down there without going down there, because one, we don't want to go down there right now based on everything that's going on with COVID-19, and two, they're not accepting us down there at the factory. So we have to figure out where to go from there. So that's the inside of the truck, the back of the truck, where the guys sit.
Sean, is that replacing any vehicle we currently have?
Yeah, it's replacing engine 3, the 1989 truck.
Okay.
That's looking down the side of it right now. You can see the body wasn't on at that point. You can see the pump there. The truck, that's the driver's compartment. And hang on, let me go back. There you go.
What happens to the old truck?
The old truck will sell and get rid of. That's the pump panel. So remember, this truck's got a 2250 pump, holds 750 gallons of water, and this is also has a calf system on it. That's what these valves are up here. They're air valves for the calf system. And then the body of the truck. Looks like that. Those are the compartments. This thing, can you see my cursor when I'm doing this?
Yeah.
The cursor, that's the ladder rack that comes down. The other side of the truck. So it is moving forward, so it's a good thing. So hopefully in the next month, we should accept it, and then they have to do all the mounting of equipment up here, and then hopefully, I'm hopeful by August 1, it might be in service. So that's where we are. Okay, so. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna pull up the financial statement here.
Hey, Sean, how's things going with dispatch lately?
They're okay. Had a couple little issues, nothing major, and we're just keeping track, and we'll go from there. I don't want that one.
Have you heard anything from or about the consultant?
So Beth called me today about it. Hopefully her and Tony are gonna sign this thing this week, to bring the consultant in and get started.
Sign an
Oh.
agreement with him?
Yes, I guess they
Have
haven't
you-
signed the agreement yet.
Did you have a chance to look at the scope of that?
I did not look at the scope of it, no.
Okay.
Hang on a minute, let me see.
Do you happen to know?
Guys, I can show it to you, but it's kind of funky right now on the computer for some reason. That's why it's taking me time.
What are you showing us?
The operating budget. I could just talk about it if that's okay with you guys.
That's fine.
So we're doing okay through all the lines. We're over in a few lines, which is understandable based on COVID-19, and we should be okay with repair maintenance machine because we got that additional money. I want to say it was like 30,000 back in January to cover the expenses for the trucks. I did get the estimate back on Rescue 1 after the accident, and we're about $26,000 in damage. So that's going through the insurance, so we're taking care of that. We already had the tire replaced. We put the truck back into service a few days ago, and we're waiting for all the parts to come in, and then the body shop will take care of that once they have all the parts, and we'll pull the truck out to get it fixed. Other than that, we're doing okay. The medical line is going to be tight, which is understandable. And there's nothing really elaborate or nothing great mentioned on this for this month, but we're going to be starting the new year in the next week or two. So we'll go from there, and then we'll close out this year and start next year.
Is there any board votes you see that you're going to need with regard to this fiscal year budget?
I am. We're gonna need to do line item transfers. I just don't have those for tonight. So usually what we'll do is I'll do a line item transfer, and then next month I'll bring it to you and tell you exactly what we did to cover the budget, because at this point we're coming close to the end. So if we're over a few $100 in an account or $1,000 and we have it in another account, what we'll do is we'll just do a line item transfer to cover the overage. So it's nothing major. So if there was something big, I would let you guys know.
Okay.
Okay. Under my report again, is there anything else under the financial statement?
Could you just can you email that, Sean?
Sure, Tina, can you email that to the commissioners?
Sure, I can do that.
Okay.
It's actually, if you look at, it's actually on our Woodbridge org site, and it's kind of Woodbridge. It's under the Commissioner, Fire Commission, the Board of Fire Commissioners. The actual budget is there, but I can email it to everybody tomorrow morning.
Okay, thank you.
So under my report, like I told you, we're getting Rescue 1 fixed. Engine 3 is in the pipeline, so it's coming very soon. We're starting to once again work on engine 9, the engine 9 spec. So that's the 1995 E1, which we've been talking about. It basically went on hold during COVID-19 because we really didn't meet with any vendors or anything else. So we'll start up doing Zoom calls again and hopefully finalize the spec probably sometime in September and then go to the board looking for that. But with engine 9, even though it's not going to be funded next year, engine 3, even though we're going to take delivery in August, the next payment isn't due. The first payment isn't due until next August. So it's actually going to be an FY22's budget. And if we order engine 9 this year, it will take a year. It takes roughly 16 months to build that, and then we won't have to pay it for another year after that if we end up doing the lease purchase program, which we've done for at least the last 20 years plus, 25 years. So based on that, we probably won't have to pay for engine 9 probably for close to 4 years. So 3 to 4 years. So we are working on that. We had some issues with some air packs. They're fixing those under warranty. We had I'm sure the assistant chief will talk, we had a couple bad accidents over the last few weeks. We had a fatality. We had another accident on the parkway last night. It wasn't a fatal, but it was, car went down the embankment about 50 feet down the hill, hit a couple stumps, and then ended up hitting a tree. A lot of cars lately that went into trees. So, and other than that, I really don't have much.
Sean, do you think that the increase in intensity of car accidents is related to speed? What is your observation about that?
It looks like the majority of them are speed. We're just not paying attention.
Do you know, is the police department analyzing that? Is there something that we should be doing? Is there something they should be doing in terms of enforcement or, you know?
No, I think they're doing. I think the police department's doing fine. I think all police departments are doing fine. I think basically, if just my observation, my opinion, over the last few months, everybody was staying home based on COVID-19 and this and that. There wasn't a lot of traffic on the road, so when there's not a lot of traffic, usually people tend to go a little faster.
Yeah.
And now, just what I'm seeing lately over the last week and a half, the roads are getting more and more crowded, so everybody's slowing down a little bit again. That's usually what happens. But I don't think the police department's doing any statistics or anything else based on that.
And is there anything on the state level? I know the state, I have heard them say across the state that traffic fatalities are up 18%, even though the traffic is so far down. Do you know if anything is being done on the state level?
I do not. I could try to look into that. I don't know if anything's being done on the state level.
Okay.
Anybody else? We've done, actually another good thing is we've done a bunch of birthday parades for little kids in town with the fire trucks. And we've done a couple wave parades where kids are moving, and they requested that. So if we're able to do it, we'll do everything that we can do, get some trucks out there to do a parade. So it's actually worked out nice. It's a nice community deal.
Thank you so much for doing that.
No, anytime. It makes our job easier too.
Well,
So.
it's above and beyond your job, but it makes a big difference in the lives of kids. That's for sure.
Yep. So, okay, anybody else? All right, activity report, Assistant Chief Honor.
Okay, so as the chief was saying, we are a little bit slower on some of the calls.
Oh, we're not hearing you, Chris.
Hear me? You hear me
Chris, you
now?
there? Yep.
All right. So the calls that we have had have been severe. Some of them, the car accidents. We've had one fatal about 3 weeks ago. The night before, we had a motorcycle accident that was pretty severe as well. And then, as the chief was saying, Sunday night we had the accident on the Parkway. That was a longer call, and then we've had a few activated fire alarms, and 2 of them were at 330 Emily Road. One was Friday, and one was Saturday. And we used all proper PPE to go into the 330 Emily Road.
What is 330, Chris? Nursing homes?
One of the older folk homes.
The assisted living facility, the
Assisted
Linden.
living facility. I forget
Okay.
the name of that one now, because they always change names. So that's pretty much that. We use proper. It basically was burnt food for both calls, I believe.
Mm.
So, but one of the rooms was a positive COVID-19 room.
Mm.
So when they go on full PPE with air packs on, they come back. We take the air packs, we wash them, we decontaminate them, and take them off the truck until they dry and put a new air pack on.
You know, it's important to note when we go on all the calls, doesn't matter what call we go on, whether it's a COVID call or not. When the guys get back, there's a lot of prep work. So when the call comes back, the entire truck, whatever truck went, has to be completely wiped down a few times, and all the gear wiped down that was used. And the gear that was used, we put in the back of Squad 4, transport back in a red bag, come back and decontaminate all that, and then get that back on the truck. So it's not as easy as coming back like we used to do. Make sure the equipment is back on and taken off. The entire truck has to get wiped down on the inside and the outside. So it's not a quick process. So in our call time, our when we look at times, I mean, our call volume's been down based on this, and other departments are doing looking at the same thing. But the actual time when you get back is up. But the way we track time, we don't track time back at the firehouse. We only track time on the actual scene. But I can tell you that it takes roughly a half hour to 45 minutes plus some calls to wipe everything down and get the truck back into service.
Yeah. Well,
So-
thank you for everything you're doing for the whole department.
Good job.
All right, so that's pretty much what I have. So I think what go now.
Fire marshal's report.
Okay, did 12 inspections this last month, and the governor's general order number 7, I believe it was, puts everything off for 90 days, which is the end of this month. So I figure we'd probably start the reinspection program up after 4th of July. I've been getting a lot of phone calls about oil tanks and fire pits in the last 2 or 3 weeks. The oil tanks is a good thing. That's real estate. That means things are starting to move. The
Right.
fire pits, that's mostly neighborhood issue or neighbor issue. But we're working through all of that. And I'm proud to say that we haven't had a fire, which is even better. I do want to reiterate what the chief said, though. We spend a lot of time cleaning. In the morning, cleaning the firehouse, and then every time we go out, we clean whatever apparatus we're on. And then we clean the firehouse in the afternoon before we go home. So, you know, it's all new to us, this pandemic thing. So we're very fortunate no one got it in the fire department anyway.
Yes. Well, I think that's a tribute to the precautions that you're taking also.
Yeah. And I'm doing online classes for fire marshal in service. I've never done that before. I've never spent this much time on a computer.
So when you say fire pits, What does that mean?
What?
People are calling to complain that people are burning fires?
Yeah, I get a few of those, and then there's other people that want to know what the ordinance says so they don't violate anything.
Right.
And that's mostly what I get, but you get the neighborhood ones too.
Mhm. Do you think it would help if Beth put something in the newsletter to say, here's what you can do and here's what you can't do?
I was going to talk to the chief tomorrow night at our meeting before I said anything else.
Okay. Well, if there's anything I could do to facilitate that, let me know.
Okay, Karen, thank you.
Hmm.
And that's all I have.
Okay, executive session. I don't believe there is any right now, so we'll move past that. Action heard, nothing. Correspondence. Does anybody, Mike, you have anything for correspondence?
No,
All right. Next meeting is July 20th. That date good with everybody?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Karen's a yes. Mike, are you a yes? Mike, and
yep.
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, I'm good. All right, sounds good. All right. So, anything else come before the meeting?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Oh, Karen, you beat me.
You could have
Wait,
it,
wait,
Bruce. You could have it.
God. All right.
Sorry, who made the motion to adjourn first?
Sufreen, I think.
Green, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's always Safrine. Mike's always first to adjourn. Unbelievable.
We like that. We all want to keep you on board. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, everybody stay safe. And Sean, thank you and to all your guys for their amazing work. Really incredible what you're doing for Woodbridge.
Thank you.
Good job, guys.
Cheers,
Oh, one
guys.
other-
Here.
All right, see you
All right.
later.
We'll see you guys later.
Take care.
Thanks,
right.
everybody. Bye.